last video, I created a visual identity for a brand called Paste Plus using a design brief challenge on Instagram. In this video, I'll walk you through how I turned this project into a full case study for my online portfolio. I'll show you how I structure my case studies, add movement for high impact, and leverage design platforms like Behance to attract dream clients. Whenever I need inspiration for how to present a project, Behance is where I turn. It's full of incredible work, and if you look closely, the best case studies all have a few things in common. Let's take a look at a few examples. A common thread amongst most of the top case studies on Behance is structure and storytelling. Through a clear visual flow, the projects are broken down into sections, highlighting key elements that make up the whole, while allowing each part to breathe. They guide you through the design in a way that feels intentional and engaging. Besides beautiful images and mockups, the case studies communicate a clear brand story through brand messaging and a considered art direction. Another thing you'll often spot is movement through the form of video content and animations. And this isn't necessarily always complex. Simple, on-brand video content can create a huge impact. Animations can also be used to bring logo designs to life. From complex to simple animations, the potential to tell a unique brand story is endless. Text animations in combination with images and videos also bring an extra layer of storytelling, allowing the viewer to focus on keywords. A simple GIF animation can transform your design into a dynamic and effective communication tool. In this video, I'll show you what online platform I use to create impactful animations quickly using ready-made templates. In the last video, I created a high-intensity visual identity and packaging system for a brand called Paste Plus, which is a skincare brand created for athletes and active people. For this design challenge, I decided to create 2 Instagram posts sharing 6 images in each post. Let's take a closer look. During the challenge, time was limited, so now I want to spend a little bit more time tweaking and refining things as I create the final case study. One major update I've already made is adding an additional typeface. This is one of the fonts I worked with in my previous video while developing other logo options. It's a beautiful open source Google font that complements the logo perfectly. This is what it looks like within the existing visuals. To get started, I'm going to create a new page in Figma just for the case study visuals. Totally not necessary, however, I like to keep things organized in project phases. When building out the case study, I like to start by laying out the visuals I already have into a very rough structure and flow to see what I'm working with. This way, I can easily identify the missing content gaps and also see how everything comes across in a larger case study setting. I'm starting to explore the idea of creating a bento grid layout for some sections within the case study. I think this layout structure complements the visual style and creates an opportunity to introduce animation. Throughout the case study, I'm going to incorporate more of the brand messaging into the visuals to bring focus to the brand's persona. quick image edits, extensions and retouching, I tend to use Firefly instead of Photoshop. This is a super useful tool that saves a lot of time. In the previous phase, I played around with randomized typographic layouts using separated words. However, I don't think I got the balance right, so I'm developing this idea further using a more refined combination of images. Now I'm going through and marking the sections I'm thinking of animating. So I've got one more animation layout that I need to create, showing the complete product range for Paste Plus. I'm using the built-in Figma AI image generating tool for the first time to create a consistent collection of product mockups. Overall, I'm super impressed with how these turned out. The detail is incredible, even down to the frosted glass texture. I'm now going to add the label designs onto the mockups directly in Figma. Here are the active and inactive states of this animation section. So I just have a few more mockups to create. These two mockups from Envato, and then these new model-based product images that I generated in Figma. I'm really pleased with how these turned out. It took a while to get the technique down, but it was totally worth it. And that's it. There are still a few tiny little tweaks that I need to make, but overall, I think I'm ready to move on to the next stage. For quick and easy animation, I like to use Jitter because they have a ton of pre-made templates, making it easy for anyone to get started. The workspace is also simple and designer-friendly. I'll quickly customize a logo animation to show you what I mean. So the first thing you'll see is a layers panel on the left, the artboard frame in the middle, and the animation timeline at the bottom. On the right, you can toggle between animation and design. In the animation tab, you can click on the timeline elements to see the different values. When you click on the design mode, the timeline disappears to create a more design-focused view. Okay, so to replace an image within the template, simply click on the Replace button on the right. Next, I want to replace this text with an image. I'm going to click on the Image Import button above to place the second part of the logo. Once in place, I can simply copy the animation from one layer to another, and then hide or delete the elements that I don't need. Okay, this looks great. I also want to add a video in the background for extra movement. So I'll bring the footage in, adjust it, and drag it down to the bottom layer. And there you have it, a simple animation that looks great and took little to no time to put together. So I'm going to create my own custom animations now, which is a little bit more complex, but I'm eager to get stuck in and learn as I go along. Thankfully, Figma has a Jitter plugin, which makes exporting my design layouts, including the layers, directly to Jitter super simple. Okay, so I'm going to stop talking now and get stuck into these animations. Now that the animations have been created, I've made some final tweaks to the case study and saved out all the images ready to upload to Behance. For video hosting, I'm currently using Vimeo. I'll adjust the appearance of the player along with the embed settings before copying and pasting the code into Behance. Now that the animations are in, it's time to place the rest of the images. Great, next, thumbnails. This image will do for now. I'm going to add a title, some project tags, tools that I used, and finally, project categories. Now I'm ready to go live. Okay, so it's the next day, and as you can see, I've changed the thumbnail image. I think this works so much better. Let's take a look at the final project. So the first thing you'll see is a visual overview displayed within the Binto grids. I think this turned out great and also creates the impact that I was looking for. Next, you have the project overview text. I tend to use my brand fonts in this section to keep things looking consistent across all of my projects. This is then followed by the second animation, which shows the full product range. It by far took the longest amount of time to create. However, in hindsight, I probably could have simplified the process a little bit better. Still, I'm really happy with how it's turned out. I decided to follow this by sharing some outer packaging, which I think flows quite nicely. The next section really highlights the brand messaging. I slow the animation a bit because I think the speed works well in this space. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I'm also happy with the way the bento grid animation connects with the product images below. Next, we have the outer mailer packaging, followed by branded merch and a billboard advert. This is the fourth animation, which took the least amount of time, but still adds extra impact. So we have more packaging and merch, followed by a wider outdoor ad. I really like this mockup because it complements the brand colours. We have even more merch, followed by an Instagram feed design. Finally, we have the AI-generated images showing the products with models. I'm super happy with the way these turned out, especially the intense lighting, which works really well with the rest of the images. And that's it. So lastly, I want to quickly talk about what to do once you've posted your project. Like any other social media platform, Behance not only rewards great work, but also rewards designers who stay active and engaged on the platform. Simply showing support by leaving positive comments can get you noticed by other designers. The more active you are, the more attention your work will start to receive. The great thing about Behance is that it doesn't just promote projects by big agencies and award-winning designers. They are also actively looking for emerging talent too. So when you post your projects, don't forget to up your engagement by showing support to other designers. Being consistent with engagement really helped me when I was new to the platform. And it's part of what led a few of my projects being featured, which in turn attracted and continues to attract some of my best clients. I hope this video gave you some clarity and confidence to level up your own portfolio case studies. If you have any questions, helpful feedback or tips, please leave a comment below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.